Hey there, I'm Celia, French freelance illustrator and full-time designer. I'm creating videos about my art experimentations and many things around art. Welcome in this new video. Today I'm giving you 20 ideas to fill your sketchbook, and some of them are anti-artblock ideas. Let's start with the first idea. Draw random live sketch. The world around you is the perfect reference to work on, so you can pick a random thing close to you to draw it. Don't hesitate to vary between short and detailed sketches. Instead of spending 2 hours on Pinterest looking for an idea, drawing the mess on my desk is super relaxing. 2. Go to a museum and draw whatever you like or find inspiring. Museums are perfect for finding references that are outside your aesthetic, but that you can like or be inspired by. Museums are by essence places with a lot of creativity, and I find them always really inspiring, but it will also help you to go out of your aesthetic loop. Social media algorithms are creating what we can call aesthetic bubble that show you only things that you will like or that are fitting your aesthetic, but your brain needs new things, even things that you don't like, to get inspired. 3. Create a themed page. Pick a theme and draw a bunch of related sketches. It helps to work on your weaknesses, or can be a perfect comfort zone exercise if you love to draw again and again the same thing. Some theme example: gyms, plants, animals, architecture, people, sport, fantasy, fan art, and so on. 4. Practice creating patterns. I love to create patterns whenever I don't know what to draw. I'm using Pinterest to find my references because it's easy to find a lot of patterns there. Then I try to mix and match whatever I liked, and when I create some that I really like, I'm trying to incorporate them in my next illustration. 5. Create abstract shapes and illustration. If I'm art block or I need a warm-up, abstract drawings are the absolute best. You can experiment with shapes and colors. It's a good exercise to get inspired and to have less rules. 6. Do some collage. Another great exercise, apart from drawing abstract shapes, can be doing some collage. I started a few collage exercises recently and I loved it. It's really interesting to be able to try different compositions before finding out the best one. And you can have some restriction, but in the same time have endless possibilities. So really great. 7. Create some color swatch for your art supplies. When I'm starting a new sketchbook, I'm always swatching my favorite art supplies at the end of the sketchbook. For me, creating some color charts is really practical because I work with them all the time. And I found that they are also really pretty, so I like to keep them in there. I'm often doing different type of color charts according to the art supplies, and I'm often testing new templates to see what are the best ones for me. 8. Create some color palettes. For me, the sketchbook is also the perfect place to experiment some color palettes. When I want to try a new color palette but I'm not sure about it, I like to do some tests before starting the actual illustration, so I can try out the contrast between the colors. 9. Draw your own ends. Another really cool warm-up or anti-artblock exercise for me is to draw my own ends. I know that ends are one of the most difficult things to draw, but that's also something that you have with you all the time, and the possible illustration and composition variations are infinite. 10. Try some monochromatic sketches. To spice up a bit your sketch game, you can try to use colored pen or pencil to do your sketches. It gives another vibe to the sketch, really something to try out. 11. Add some texture and depth to your pages. This is the moment to be super creative. You can use cut paper, large flat colors, random watercolor backgrounds, and so on. The idea is to create some variations in your page, so you can play with them and create original ones. 12. Use drawing challenge prompt list. Constraint is often synonymous of creativity, because if I tell you to draw something in front of a white page, or if I tell you draw a unicorn, In the second situation, you will have a guideline and it will stimulate your creativity. I really love to experiment with drawing challenge prompt lists, even if I'm not actually doing the challenge, because having a prompt list is a guide that I can use to work on ideas, concept sketches, and rough illustrations. And if I really like a concept, I'm pushing a bit further to do a more finished illustration. 13. Draw your craft project ideas. If you are a crafty person, you probably have a ton of post-it with sketches that help you through your craft projects. I really like to do these sketches in my sketchbook because I love their aesthetic. So if you like to do DIY and crafty things, you could also put your reflections in your sketchbook. 14. Sketch all your project ideas. Whenever I have a fun project in mind, even if I don't have the time or the motivation to do it, I'm sketching all the things that cross my mind into my sketchbook. It means that if I don't do them, at least I won't forget about them. And if I want to go further, I already have the preliminary project sketches in my sketchbook. 15. Create your own card game. A really fun and focused project that you can do in your sketchbook can be to imagine all the cards of a basic card game. It's fun because there is a million possibilities to interpret the exercise, and at the same time, there is a fixed number of cards, so you have an actual objective to reach. 16. Illustrate a tarot deck. Like the classic card game, the tarot deck is a really cool project to do. It's a bit more complicated than the classic cards, but it's really fun to experiment if you are looking for a fun project to do. 17. Do an automatic drawing session. Also an excellent warm-up or anti-Artblock exercise is the automatic drawings. It consists in drawing without planning what you are going to do and let the pen have its own flow. Fill the page with whatever comes to your mind. It can be anything: doodle, lettering, more detailed sketches. If you don't like the white pages, or if white pages are stressing you out, you can start by basic shapes like round, square, rectangles, and then start from there to improvise. 18. Follow some drawing tutorials. When I don't know what to draw but I'm motivated to learn new things, I'm using this energy to learn from drawing tutorials. I already talked a lot about them, but I really enjoy the How to Think When You Draw tutorials from the Etherington brothers. They have a bunch of excellent tutorials on almost every subject, and they are free on their website. I put the link in bio so you can find it. 19. Draw random references from old books. Following the same idea, if you want to find some old engraving or illustration you can use as references, you can go on archive.org to find a huge number of old books. I'm often using myself in the contemplation of these books, so it can be counterproductive, but I love to look for references there when I'm bored or I don't know what to draw, and then later when I'm motivated to draw, I just have to find them in my bookmarks. 20. Ruin your sketchbook. Joke aside, I recently started to create 3D illustrations with 2 pages artwork that have some shapes cut in the first page, and it's really satisfying to do. More generally, don't hesitate to experiment also in volume in your sketchbook and associate several pages to try out some new effect. It's really fun to do, but also help the creativity to work in volume. And I really love how it looks in the sketchbook because it gives so much depth. And that's it for today. I hope these 20 ideas will help you. Don't hesitate to leave me in comments some new ideas to fill my sketchbook. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!